Like, what's the percentages that you get as a breeder if your horse goes
So
out and wins?
for the breeder of the baby, whether they sell the baby or they race it themselves, the state of Indiana Racing Commission, if your colt or filly that you produced goes out and wins a race at Horseshoe Indianapolis, if it's a restricted race for Indiana sired or Indiana bred, you will get 20% of the total purse,
Wow.
not of the winner's share. So let's put it in easy numbers. If you win one of those $100,000 stakes races, the breeder is going to get a $20,000 check from the state of Indiana in about 4 to 6 weeks after the race is complete. If you run an Indiana bred or Indiana sired in open company, those horses actually run for an additional 40%. So let's say it's a $100,000 open race. The Indiana sired or Indiana bred horse is actually running for $140,000, and your 20% breeders award is based off of that $140,000 purse that you're running for. If you run in a stakes race outside of the state of Indiana, even when the track is open, you get I think it's like a 12.5% of the winner's share of the purse, capped at 10,000. Be kind of nice to have that $10,000 check.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
When the track is not open, let's say you're running at Oak Lawn during the winter, anything $10,000 claiming and above, you're still going to get that 12.5% with a $10,000 cap. So it gives you other options besides being a Kentucky bred to, as a breeder, most breeders sell their horses. So you're not really getting the benefit of that $90,000 maiden special weight as a breeder unless you're racing the horse. Where in the state of Indiana, you're getting that additional bonus. I believe like our maiden special weight Indiana sired Indiana bred is around 36 to 38,000. So your baby ends up winning a maiden special weight. You're getting 20% of
And
that.
something to bring in mind is you don't have to keep the foal in Indiana while it's growing up. To have an Indiana bred and sired horse, you can, after a specific time, that you have the specific regulations, you can move that horse. Let's say you want an Indiana bred, Indiana sire, but you want to go take advantage of the Virginia residency. You could do that if you wanted. You could raise the foal in Kentucky. We've done that a few times ourselves. You have a lot of flexibility with the Indiana program.
So let's say you have a mare and you breed it to a Kentucky stallion, and after that foal's born, you want to breed to a Kentucky stallion again, and you live outside the state of Indiana, you have to have your mare in the state of Indiana by November 1st.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as that baby is born and is strong enough to travel, you can take that baby. If you were in by November 1st, you can take that baby and mare to Kentucky and breed to any Kentucky stallion you want.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say you don't get it here by November 1st, and you're from, let's say you have a Mystic Dan baby coming.
Okay.
You can still make it an Indiana bred even if you don't get here by November 1st. You just have to breed back to an Indiana stallion.
Hey, and I know of 4 pretty great Indiana stallions
Yeah.
you can breed it to.